Hello and welcome back to the channel. I just want to come back and say a few months ago I gave an update and said that I was cancer free. So now I want to expound on that a little bit and try to help other men who've going through this situation or might be going through a situation very, very soon. So even though my cancer is technically gone, I still have these follow-up appointments. One with a doctor who specializes in radiation oncology, and the other one is a urologist who specializes in prostate cancer. I just had my follow-up with my radiation oncologist guy, and it was pretty amusing to some degree, and I'll tell you why. So first of all, I want to say that prostate cancer is a man's cancer because women don't have a prostate, and that may sound ridiculous to you, but you'd be surprised. People really don't know that necessarily. The other thing I want to add is that 1 in 4 black men will get prostate cancer. Those are not very good odds for cancer. If you were gambling, that means if you're in a slot machine, 1 in every 4 pulls is going to win something. Great for gambling, not for cancer. In my family, my grandfather, my father, and I have all had prostate cancer. And the key to surviving prostate cancer is early detection. So men, go to the doctor. I know a lot of us do not like going to the doctor, but go to the doctor, get yourself checked out at least once a year. And for black men, double down on that. The odds just are not in our favor. If you are unfortunate enough to catch this, there's several different treatment options your doctor will present to you: surgery, radiation, cryo. I opted for the radiation treatment, which consisted of about 5 weeks of radiation doses in that area. And then I had some radiation implants, these things that about the size of a seed. I have like 53 of them in my body right now. They will never go away, but they are now inactive. So what happens when your testosterone is reduced to 0 and your PSA is 0? Well, men need testosterone for muscle mass building and energy. So there's an extreme lack of energy. I couldn't exercise without getting really, really tired. In fact, I really couldn't exercise at all. I found after a year of treatment, I couldn't even do 1 push-up. Complete loss of muscle mass, energy, and irritability. A bunch of these things occurred. Also, I did explain earlier that testosterone is a male hormone. Well, there's a female hormone called estrogen, and all women can relate to that. Well, guess what? Men have estrogen in them also. So without testosterone, there's this massive imbalance now, and that's when these other things kick in that are more women-like. These estrogen these estrogen involved things that men normally don't experience, and that's the funny part of all this, talking to my doctor. First weird thing that hit me was I was all of a sudden taking these extremely hot showers, like women do. Typically women's showers are like cooking compared to a man's shower, and I can testify to that, being married 21 years and looking at her bathroom once she comes out of the shower. It's a sweat box. That's not normal, and that's what I started doing. So the next odd thing for me was lotion. Well, like a lot of men, I really don't use enough lotion. I'm used to walking around with ashy skin and wear it like a coat of armor. But my wife started buying me these really exotic lotions from that one store in the mall, Bed Bath and Beyond, and bathrooms, and no, what's the name of this? Bath and Body Works. My bad. Anyway, she started buying me these lotions, and I use them religiously now. I look forward to using them. Yeah, estrogen. That's what that's all about. So the next thing that really gets affected is your emotion. If you're not an emotional man, you will become one with all this estrogen in you and lack of testosterone. I listened to this song one day, Jerusalem, came out a few years ago, and I think I was the last person to ever hear it. But I heard it on YouTube. Here's the video, and I actually cried, and it freaked me out because I've never cried for a song. And then I listened to it again a few days later, and I cried again. Completely bizarre. Don't like that too much. So that song still bothers me, by the way. And if you knew the whole story behind it, it is a spiritual song. It's actually sing in South African, the Igbo language. Uh, yeah. Now, lastly, the as far as the emotional part, one thing that really came out that I was never used to was anger, extreme anger. I'm not a very emotional person. Most people will tell you that. I've probably been actually mad about 3 times in my life. That's it. 65 years, 3 times in my life. I got really, really mad a couple of times in the past 2 years. Very mad. So my doctor explained to me that that is also natural, that men report becoming more emotional. And emotion, anger is one of those emotions. So that's it, folks. I hope I've helped you out to understand prostate cancer a little better for men and women, actually. And I hope you get better. For me, I'm okay. The world is going to keep spinning. The world is always going to keep spinning for me. I'm all right.